All right, what's going on YouTube? Today my mic is only doing for the left side of the ear for some reason. Usually do both sides, but I don't know how to fix it. So next time we're gonna have that fixed for y'all. But today we got a mid fade all the way around on straight hair. And I'm gonna show y'all how I would take an inch off the top of my client's hair. So we'll be taking a half an inch off the top of my client's hair. I'll show y'all how to do that, how to judge that. And yeah, mid fade all the way around. It's gonna be a fire cut. I'm about to show y'all my steps and tricks. So let's get into it. Stay tuned, like, share, comment. All right. All right, y'all. For the first thing that y'all want to do with dealing with a client like this, client with straight hair or whatnot. So what you do want to do first thing, the sizes will be blending. So what you want to do, you want to get some little clips. I'll find these little clips better. Just like little clips like this. I know they have Velcro clips. Let me show y'all. This right here, they got like little things like this. I got like $100 bill clips, but these don't more like catch the hair, like talking about it. So we're gonna do, comb the hair. We're gonna comb it forward. Everything right here that's long wants to stay on the top. So the first thing we do want to do with our client is separate the long hair from the short hair on the sides. So what you want to do, you want to go around his parietal ridge. The parietal ridge is the side of the client's hair, like right where that curvature starts to happen, to where it separates the top from the sides of hair, the sides of his hair. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't talk. Press down, calm down. Everything that kind of wants to go down, you let it go down. Everything that wants to go up, you kind of just let it go up. So right now, I'm just separating the hair, making sure the part is pretty much even. Boom, just like that. We're gonna take a clip, pin everything down. The back, I'm not too much worried about it, like talking about it. We're about to do the same exact thing for the sides. And y'all on this channel, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. But what we like to do everything kind of live. Not live, but you know, everything basically live. So we're not live right now, but you know, you're getting the idea of what I'm thinking at the time. We like to do everything real time, no voiceovers on this channel. So I know a lot of people starting to kind of do it like me, but hey, it is what it is, brother. Separate the sides. Clip the hair. Y'all, I gotta go get me some more clips. I feel like more clips, like other clips are better than these. So I gotta give me some flat clips. These kind of have like an angle to it like that. So boom, separate everything from the sides. Now, and kind of like how you figure out what to be separated. See, this hair naturally wants to lay down towards, you know, it naturally just wants to go down. So that's the way you kind of got to play with the hair a little bit and then separate it. He will have hair on the top. You just don't want a little tiny bit of hair and then, you know, a decent amount of hair on the sides. You kind of want, this hair needs something to kind of sit on. So kind of just play around with it. Whatever wants to go straight or whatever wants to go up, you separate that, pull it over. Everything that wants to lay down, you comb it down, and you just separate the two. So we're going to be doing right now, our clippers that we will be using today. Today we're going to use our Cocos. You haven't seen these on the channel in a while, so we're going to be using our Cocos. Boom. Our Cocos. Y'all, these have a modified blade. I modified this blade myself, and our blade just came in. This is a modified blue FX blade. I put it on my, you know, they're not old, but these are my low pros right here. Very, very, very powerful clipper. So what we're gonna do right now, or trimmer, what we're gonna do right now, get our comb. We don't wanna use a brush. Get the client to a certain height. And we're gonna do 2 guard all the way open and just debulk. Debulk all this hair because we're gonna be doing the mid fade. We don't wanna go all the way up. We don't have to flick out right now. We're just debulking right now so we're able to set in that first ball guideline. Because you don't want the guideline, you don't want the hair to be too thick to where you can't set in a guideline. So that's what we're doing right now. Hold your head down a little bit for me. Right there, thank you. And when a client comes in for a haircut or asks for a certain type of style, you know, you always want to take accountability of like what they want versus the look that, you know, the person should have, or something that you know you should be leaning towards. You kind of got to feel the client out, kind of like a client consultation, comb through the hair, look at their head, look at their head shape, see what, you know, you would do different or whatnot to the client's head, and kind of run off of that. See if the client has a long head, or oval head, like they got diamond shaped heads and stuff like that. So
some people even got the cone head.
yeah, they got cone heads. They actually got people with cone heads. So even though he asking for a mid fade, you know, they got different variations of mid fades. They got mid fades that's just a straight line going towards the back, and then they got clients that need just a little dip in their haircut, just a little dip or drop, as we like to call it, drop fades. They got mid drop fades, they got low drop fades. So all that is determined by the client's head shape, or the client might just come in asking for that type of style. We're switching to our brush because we are about to make the first guideline. So with the first guideline, y'all, let me zoom in for y'all, change the camera angle for y'all. With this first guideline, because we're doing a mid fades start right here at the bottom of the C cup, or where the C cup would start at. And a drop fades usually, like a low drop fade, usually have this C cup right here. Whenever you're lining somebody up, the C cup is the area where you line somebody up, where they have the vertical bar and the C cup, if y'all didn't know that. So the C cup for a drop fade, you usually start a drop fade down here and then curve it out like this. And you will start at that low to preserve as much of the C cup as possible, but we're not doing a low drop fade, we're doing a mid fade. So it's starting right here, that first ball guideline, because it's a mid fade. So we're gonna do this first guideline with our lever all the way closed with our clipper. Now establishing this line with our clipper allows us to be able to take out this first line a lot more easier than setting the line in with the trimmer. But we are gonna have this, everything underneath here balded out to give that nice, clean look that we strive for, us as barbers strive for. So, and y'all, this is a nice haircut, y'all. This is a pretty easy haircut if you know what you're doing. Yes, I am a black barber, and we are cutting a white person's hair or a straight person's hair. It's good to be versatile, bro. You don't want money walking out. You don't want money just walking out of the door, or upset a client because you did the haircut anyway because you want the money, but you didn't know what you was doing while cutting a client's hair. So it's good to have that versatility or have that deep bag. I kind of, whenever I say something like that, I got a video, if y'all not into boxing, they got a video of Tank Davis, and he just saying his bag deeper than all the other, you know, he got way more style, he got everything that comes with power, style. When it comes to boxing, your bag just gotta be deep. Your bag just gotta be deep. That's what I feel like makes a great barber. Being able to do designs, being able to cut straight hair, being able to cut coarse hair. You know, whatever walks through the door, you know, that barber should be able to handle that with no problem. And I feel like that's what makes a great barber. And I feel like a lot of times, man, we just got away from that over time. So now everything below that, we're just gonna take our trimmer and just save everything below that. Y'all, I'm about to zoom out real quick. And we're just gonna remove all of this hair from the bottom. Turn off my trimmer. Y'all, these trimmers right here, they eventually stop wanting to cut off and on when I want them to. So sometimes when I cut them off, like they might not, they're doing pretty good right now. I had opened up the pack, well, I opened up the body of the trimmer, and they're kind of doing what I want to right now. But usually, like, when I turn the trimmer off, it'll still continue to, you know, to run and whatnot. So, and y'all, I'm trying to work within not moving as fast because I'm also trying to, you know, make sure the camera's good, looking back at the camera. So, and I don't like to cut nothing out. I just like to leave everything in there. So any mistakes that I may make, that's I put a lot of pressure on myself because any mistakes that I done made is all in the video. Or that's why I guess I make little mistakes. You know, every cut isn't perfect. I'm only human, so. We're gonna continue to remove all this hair, and then we're about to get started with the haircut, with the actual cut, the actual fading and everything.
Ain't nobody perfect, though, you know?
Yeah.
It comes for the vibe, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, the haircuts look good, but, you know, it's about the interaction, too.
Yeah. So the client is also talking about, like, the haircut looking good, but he's also talking, so this is big within barbering. I will be teaching this like in like a little private course on my YouTube. Yo, when they have a lot of courses that's not really good or don't really talk about nothing, basically stuff that you already know. But when I do my course, man, it won't cost as much as these other people. It'll be something decent. But like, man, like not no hundreds of dollars, not even gonna go over $100, nowhere near close to $100. But when I do these little videos and stuff like that, and I educate y'all on stuff like this, it's like very, very important to know all these little things. And y'all, I use my Dyson blow dryer to kind of get everything. And what we're gonna use right now, I might bump the camera a little bit. Let me move it up. We're gonna use our shaver. I don't really think we used our shaver on this channel so far. This is the Babyliss. This is the one that with the UV light. I've had this on this for a long time. I had got this when I went to the CT Barber Expo. Yo, for the CT Barber Expo, I spent $1,200 on clippers and tools. I remember I had bought this all black Gamma little gun thing I'm about to show y'all. This little Evo Gamma thing, and it literally would not work at all. So I had to open up the Gamma gun, and the cord literally wasn't plugged into the power cord. But recently, like if you twist this thing too hard, like this inside right there, so it won't screw in and it won't suck up what needs to be sucked up to blow. But I recently had got this one right here. I don't really too much like gold. It look cool on camera, but I'm not a big gold type of person, so my next client here. But this just makes everything bald. What's up? You came a little early or no? You on time? A little bit early? Oh. That's crazy, time fly by so fast. You had book 4-3? 3:15, all right.
That's pretty hard already?
Huh?
What time do you have?
2:50 right now. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I know time flew by fast.
20 minutes for you, wow.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're on the phone.
Yeah. So we're gonna clip over comb this right here. I don't recommend clip over comb for everything, but I just use clip over comb to kind of debulk on the sides. Boom. Make sure I can see, I can see. Just a little bit. Clip over comb won't get out no weight for you, so that's why I don't recommend this. Or taking out lines for it would be a lot harder to take out lines doing clip over comb. And then I'm about to take that same two guard, and just ride the head going up. So level all the way open, two guard. And just going straight up. That way we only cut what needs to be cut. A lot of people say do it like a flick out motion. We don't really do the fleck out motion only for this particular haircut or hairstyle with the mid fade.
Is that like the flick out? Is that like where that kind of go like this?
Yeah, it's like a little, it's just like a little flick out motion.
Sometimes like I've had somebody do that before, and they just kept hitting my skull.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you know, like the bottom of that like guard and like hit the top of my head.
Yeah. And that's basically re-debulking y'all, and now we can start with our guideline. So with our guideline, I do a process of fading down with every client. So level all the way open. This is what I like to do first. Level all the way open. Level all the way open leaves more hair than level all the way closed. Tilt your head a little bit. Boom, right there. Thank you. And we're gonna make that first guideline. Whenever you're making guidelines, you have to understand what type of guards or what's the highest guard that you'll be using on a client's head. Ours is a number 2 guard. So in between a bald line and the top of my client's head, you'll have to fit in 2 guard, 1.5, 1 half guard, and then fading out this guideline right here. So you have to keep in mind, like, how much room do you have to and how many guards will you be using on a client's head? When it comes to straight hair, I really only do up to about around a 2 guard, level all the way open. It makes the process faster. And also it's a lot easier than working all the way down from like a number 3 guard, 4 guard. It just takes extra long. So just like that. Get all this off my client. And y'all want to make sure both sides are even. The thickness and everything that comes with a more cleaner fade. So let me move this camera and zoom and so y'all can see. Touch your head for me. Boom. So what we do now, start from level all the way open, and you slowly close the lever till you move down to this line right here, until all of this area right here is faded out. I like to start on the back of their head, like close to like the back sides of their head, back right side of his head if I'm doing the right side. And I fade in sections. So first I'm gonna do the right side, left side, and then we're gonna fade in the back. Close the lever. Every time you close the lever, you move down. You should never be fading in the same exact area once you've decided to close the lever. You should always move down. And this is just a process of down fading. If you fade upwards, then do the same exact thing, but fade up. Fading down is way easier. Well, it's not easier, but it's just that we're not making any guidelines for real. It just leads for a more cleaner blend. A blend without guidelines is always gonna be a much more cleaner blend in the long run. But you kind of gotta take note and kind of like where you are in the blend. And then it allows us not to fade too high, which I'm about to show y'all. So right here, you're gonna take this, just to remove this bottom line a little bit, use our corners, and just notch at this bottom line so it can help blend in just a little bit more. Just like that, y'all. So now we start the down fading. We're gonna get our comb because we're dealing with a lot of hair. 2 guard, level all the way open. Oh. And we're not gonna worry about this weight line at the top because all this will be taken care of with our thinning shears. And my phone is ringing. That's gonna have to wait. So what you do from this point on, you slowly close the lever and you start moving down. The same thing we did in this area, we're now working down. Wow. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I don't ever answer the phone when I'm at work unless it's like crazy important. So. Close the lever. And all the cocos is getting it, especially like for like beginner people, I would say, only because it's quick lever system. Usually it's babeless. Babeless is good for beginners as well. Babeless is a nice, good clipper. They have a nice, good, nice clipper. Only because that quick lever system, the quick lever system helps the barber stay in the exact place that they, want to stay in, or helps manage the fade. I would say a lot better than other clippers, as far as like using the Andes Masters or maybe a pair of Wall Seniors. Wall Seniors is my kind of like my go-to. I just got a pair, I got a cordless pair. 1.5, and right where we ended off with that 2 guard, lever all the way closed, we began with the lever all the way open with the half guard. And kind of when you're in this type of section with straight hair, the best thing I could tell you is kind of hover. It's just like hovering over the hair. It's not like a black person's head. What I like to picture it as, say it as, it's just hovering. Hovering over the hair. You can add like a nice little slight flick out motion because we're not creating a lot of weight for this hair to sit on top of, but just a little bit of weight. So only when you're dealing with these thick parts right here, really like till a 1 guard. So use our corners detail. Boom. Lever all the way closed.
Well, I'm excited to see the finish shears.
The thinning shears?
Yeah, I'm excited to see it come out.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
Oh, I know it is.
Thinning shears, that's like a good, thinning shears, like on straight hair, you need thinning shears for straight hair only because like, just like the weight on the sides and stuff like that, not like people like to use clip over comb, but I feel like clip over comb don't really.
It don't measure well?
Yeah, it don't blend to the side of the person's head, well, to the top of the person's head. It just removes weight, but it doesn't successfully fully blend the hair in.
Like it'll look like more layers to it when it doesn't need it?
Yeah. Okay. Lever all the way open with this 1 guard. Close the lever, move down. And we're still using the comb. We're gonna use the smaller ends of our comb because the hair is getting shorter. So to catch the hair, we want to use our smaller ends of the comb. Still going back up, detailing as we go. Close the lever a little bit, move down some more. Yo, these cocos are very good. Y'all, I had 2 pair of cocos before, but they had broke on me. So, but I had really light cocos, man. At one point, I was trying to be a coco ambassador, so. But I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna be no ambassador for no company. I have no idea. If the opportunity meets itself, then. And I'm supposed to have a clipper coming out myself, so. But I still don't know what I wanna do. Like it's with a company, but it's not gonna be my own clipper, but it's gonna be still with a company, which is pretty cool. Not too many barbers get to have their own clipper for real, so, or trimmer. So I changed this step up right here. I used to just open up, this is the smallest guard that we'll be using, this is the half guard. I used to open it up and to continue fading down. What I like to do now, close the lever and y'all can see this line. This is the last line we gotta take out right here before we do the blend, before the blend is successfully finished. So I like to do, lever all the way closed, and you literally just tapping at this line, lever all the way closed, and it's gonna slightly disappear. But not all the way. And that's when we open up the lever and continue from where we left off with that number 1 guard. And this is with the lever all the way open. And we slowly close the lever. And to take out lines, you do want to use the corners of your clippers for detailing. Whenever you're trying to take out a line, you do want to detail a lot, unless you want to risk putting in another or a guideline, and you wind up having to take the fade up higher than what you originally intended. And just like that, y'all, as y'all can see, nice blend. Touch on some spots. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back and do the back. We're gonna do the left side, and then we're gonna go to the back, finish up the back, and then we're gonna show y'all cutting 1.5 inches off the top, and what I do for that process. So, and this is literally where we just came from. I'm gonna let y'all see that. This is literally where we just came from. We're gonna finish this left side right here, make it match this right side, and then clear it down a little bit more. And y'all, we're just continuing to do the back. Same exact steps that we did from the front, we're doing it to the back. You don't want to switch up your steps or anything like that. That causes inconsistency whenever you're cutting hair. You want to do the same exact steps. Don't switch nothing up. And I'm gonna show you how fast this process is. Right now we're with the 2 guard, and we worked our way down from the 2 guard all the way open to the 2 guard all the way closed. And we already faded out this one little section right there. 2, 1.5. Close the lever, move down. Close the lever. Lever all the way closed. We're getting closer to the bottom of the fade. Boom. 1 guard. A little bit more down, about right there, thank you. We're not gonna work too much over because we don't wanna be fading like this. We wanna stay around this area right here. Detailing certain spots. And even though like you don't wanna always be too close to the person's head, step back a little bit so you can really see the fade for what it is. Close the lever, move down. And y'all, speed is you always apply speed whenever you get used to your fading system. Once you develop your techniques and whatnot, that's when you start adding speed to your work. We're gonna stick with the comb. Once you develop a nice, solid fading technique, strategy that you're comfortable with, that you feel gives a nice blend, that's when you can start moving fast. You don't want to move fast while you're learning, because then you can wind up messing somebody fade up or haircut, whatever the case may be. Now we're using our corner so we don't make no new guideline or anything like that. Boom. No level. Clip it all the way open. And we're just point cutting. Point cutting, breaking up these little dark spots, making the blend look buttery. That's what they like to call it. Just talking to the camera.
No, no, you're good. I just thought butter, the buttery part was funny.
Yeah, yeah, they say buttery. Blurry is what they like to call it.
I got you.
So you're gonna do a little bit more detailed work, then I'm gonna show you how to take the top down. So what we're gonna do now to knock off this weight on the side, all this hair that's leaning over, clip over, comb all of this. Just slightly so it won't hang over. And then now we get our shears. These are our thinning shears. Thinning shears are shears with little teeth, like this, what I'm about to show y'all. Little tiny teeth. Get our comb and everything right here, as far as this weight line right there. Make sure y'all see. Gonna take it. Do a little bit of chopping. And that weight line is just gonna slowly just disappear. Just like that. Right here. Boom, and we're gonna do this throughout the whole entire hair. And what this does is makes kind of everything uneven so it's able to lay down and just be more smooth. Make the transition from the fade to the top of the head a little bit more smoother. Just like that. Now this is what we're gonna do. Boom, take these clips out. And we're gonna be using, people usually use shears, but we're gonna be using a razor. I'm moving the camera a little bit, but we're gonna be using a razor. I got a towel here so it can catch the water and whatnot.
Oh, to trim the top?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So, water. You ain't gotta have him pouring down with water on top of his head, but a little bit of water. We're gonna saturate it a little bit more. You wanna make sure it's getting all in there. We're gonna put this razor down. Boom. All right. So let me show y'all this. So, boom. Yeah, what I like to do, y'all, is add a little bit of texturizing. Y'all, this is not a secret, but like, you know, this is just what I do. You're gonna get that out the client's hair. Boom, texturizing sea salt spray. Boom, those of y'all that's not familiar with this, get familiar with it. But I like to put that in while I'm cutting down the client's hair. If you want to, you can, like, you know, if anything gets to your eye, you could like
Oh, okay. Thank you.
get the towel and do whatever you need to do. But we're just gonna be doing a 1/2 inch, so, but we still want that nice little flow to it, that nice look to it. So this is what I do. I learned this from, I went to the Texas Barber Expo. So what they do, I've learned this from another barber, and I kind of liked it. It's a lot easier than sitting there spamming shears all day. We're cutting down the top. Put it down for me a little bit. Boom. So what we're gonna do, comb all the hair forward. Comb it to the side. And we're literally gonna take a section, which will be his bangs, And you're a barber, so we're gonna give an estimate of a 1/2 inch. To me, pretty sure, let me zoom in for y'all so I can see a little bit. A 1/2 inch, we're gonna do the right side and then the left side. 1/2 inch will probably be right around there. Or you get a little bit hot right there. And you just grab it and just do that. Throw the hair on the ground, get some more hair, pick the hair up, and I'm using a traveling guideline. A traveling guideline is a guideline that moves. So basically, I didn't cut this hair right here already, so I'm gonna get that hair and pick it up as well. And where this hair is at that I already cut down, I'm just gonna continue from right there and cut the rest of the client's hair. Boom. Just like that, and we're gonna take small, tiny sections. Every section that you pull, it don't have to be no perfect sections or anything like that, but every section that you literally pull, I like to pull like triangle, remind me of triangles. It should never be just as long as the pieces that you just cut. 1/2 inch, cut that, boom. You may pick up some of the older hairs. Right there, 1/2 inch, come from this side, cut it right there. And basically what this does is texturizes the hair so we can have a nice flow to his haircut, and it also cuts it down. You could cut it down to the exact 1/2 inch, but texturizing the hair looks way more better. It makes the flow look way more better on straight hair. And y'all might not be used to cutting the hair down like this.
This is definitely new for me.
Yeah. But you usually do shears at the top?
That's usually how whoever does it here.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll use the shears here.
And you do it all the way till you get to the back. And as y'all can see, like, creates a nice little flow to it. Get the back, this is the last little section back here. And another way you could do it, which everybody do, let me show you on this side. Boom, they get it. And then they just clip it like that. That's another way to be able to do it. Now, to make sure the hair doesn't come over, which I'm about to show y'all, we're about to lift the chair up a little bit.
I don't mind it.
Coming over on like the sides?
Yeah, just a leave it.
All right. So he likes the weight, but like usually, like if it comes over on the side like that, obviously the hair won't be combed down like that,
Yeah.
but just like an everyday type of weight, what you would do is comb it, section it, come to the side, and clip the sides a little bit to where it's enough so the hair can sit on top of the weight, but enough to where it's not coming over the blend. Is it okay if we like do?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, sorry.
So I get to show y'all this as well. So take, yeah. Comb it to the front. Take a section. Boom. And it's something quick that y'all could put in y'all little arsenal. Just enough, because when you dry it, the hair also shrinks as well. Boom. Take some more, and you're just gonna keep parting the hair. Parts do not have to be accurate. You're just making sure it just doesn't come. So when he, like, let's say the dude is playing football or basketball, going to work out, doing like activities and stuff like that, you want his fade to still be able to, you don't want it looking too disconnected or anything like that. Boom. And you do it to where the hair won't come over no more. So that's about good right there. And all this hair shouldn't be able to reach this side. So now we just do the same thing. I'm gonna let y'all see that. Now y'all just do the same exact thing to the opposite side. All right, y'all, so this is the haircut right here. A nice mid fade all the way around. Styled the top a little bit, kind of had it going up and wavy and stuff like that. But it's HYB. If you're not handling your business, what you're doing, and we out.
Danny, please don't do anything crazy.